mean, you might ask other people and they might have something to say about difficult times, but this is everything to me. It's like waking up in the morning and saying, what's the difficult thing about waking up in the morning? You know you have to wake up. In as much as you still want to sleep that sleep, but you just have to wake up and you can't say it's difficult. So acting isn't difficult for me. I don't see any difficulties in it. In as much as, yes, there are times where you're like, what's going on here? You know, maybe on set, stress and all that. But it's all a part of the package, you know. And because you love it, it's not difficult. Did Ebisan study? Yes, I have my BSc in Advertising and Public Relations. I have my Master's in Communications and Media Strategy. What else? Yes, of course, somebody gave birth to me. People gave birth to me. I have a family that loves me and I love them too. I'm from a family of 3, 2 girls and myself. I'm from Warri. I'm a Shekiri to be precise. But my mom is really mixed. She's Yoruba, Shekiri, and some Oyibo, to be precise, Scottish. She's from Scotland as well, so yeah. So I sincerely grew up watching my mom. If I would say who's my mentor in the industry, I would say it's my mother. My mother is Iyabolawani. She was a former Maggie Family Menu presenter for Nestle Nigeria and also an actress back in the days, a veteran actress to be precise. And so growing up and seeing her on top or in the screen, on screen, I always knew I wanted to be there. I'll look at my grandmother sometimes, see my mother on TV, I'm like, I'll go to the back of the TV to see like, where's my mommy? You know, I'm sure it happened to you too. There's no way you don't have that memory of you going to the side of the TV to see the people are in there. You know, so from that stage, I started seeing my mom. You know, from that cognitive stage of my childhood, I started seeing my mom and knowing that she's on TV, and that was where the flair just came from. Like, you know what? I love this. I want to see myself in front of the TV too. You know, going out with her and having people say, oh, I know you. You're Mother Miyabo now. Oh, you're Mama Maggie. You know, the name actually was stuck on her, Mama Maggie. Sometimes we call her Mama Maggie in the house. So all those things literally just, you know, growing up in all that literally was like my major influence. You know, and I was influenced to see that the passion is there, the love is there, most importantly, the know-how is there as well. Life generally is unfair. You have to fight for what you want. I've never had anybody influence my acting like, yo, this is my son or this is my brother. I do it myself. I push it. I look for it. Thank God for blessing me with a brother, a friend, and a manager slasher. He also pushes me as well. You know, so my journey hasn't been influenced by any man but God. You know, God is my only influencer, my only pusher, my only billboard, basically. I love to swim, I love to play basketball. If I had a girlfriend, I'd like to always be with her as well. You know, because out of experiences, I found out that being with someone that I really love emotionally and, you know, like, not family kind of love, but like someone you can share certain things with that you can't share with family members, you know what I mean? I would always love to be with her. So hobbies, chilling with a loved one, playing basketball, swimming. And I like beer too, because this is the time of my life where I'm still single. You know, when that stage passes, it'll come, so there's no rush. Breakfast, is that what you're talking about? Well, they gave it to me with bread and eggs, sausages, baked beans. It was a proper English breakfast, believe me. It was very nice and lovely. It was just a lot of disagreements basically, and there's nothing like having someone who understands you and knows that, okay, I can grow with this person, or I want to be with this person no matter what. You know, accusations here and there. I mean, being in front of the screen, like you asked before, what are the difficulties? But I wouldn't see this as a difficulty because this is what I love. And if you love me and truly want to be with me, you would understand that this guy really loves this thing, and I think I should stand with him and support him instead of giving him hell, you know. So basically that was it. So I can see my career has also cost me one or two very nice, beautiful things that I thought could be. But they say we plan, but God does what? Disposes. Exactly. Yeah, because it was like that was where they had problems with, you know, seeing you holding other girls on set, or a girl kiss you on set, or, you know, this career of ours sometimes comes with side attractions where you have people DMing you codedly, quietly, and all that. And hey, I'm human. I can't always say bugger off to everybody. You know, I can't ignore everybody. You don't want to come off rude. You know, flirts come in your phone. You know, if you respond to the flirt, it's like a problem. You know, but there's no intention. That's the most important thing. And understanding that there's no intention from the other party is most important. So when you don't understand it, that's causing a strain on me. It's causing a strain in our relationship. You know, so yeah, basically. Yes, I do. I think we will have. Like I said before, everything is a stage of life. If that relationship doesn't work, it doesn't mean that you can't still find that one person who wouldn't want to be there for you and understand whatever it is that you're doing, or, you know. And with what you have just asked, I would say there are several different factors that affect certain things like this. You know, there's the money factor, there's the understanding factor, the agreement factor we just spoke about now. You know, there are a lot. So, hearsay, baby boy, baby girl, I hear say your friend say your boyfriend did with another girl. You know, how do you know? I hear say your girlfriend or your boyfriend did with another girl. How do you know? You see, so I think it's all stages. If you and I can grow past that stage where we hear say, or because money no day, you know, or because you know agree with me, then most definitely, of course, we can have people celebrate 40 years of marriage. I hope to celebrate that someday. So the first thing I would want to go off to say, I am the word is heterosexual, right? No, sorry, it's sapiosexual. Okay, so yeah, I want to say I am a sapiosexual. I love intelligence, but you can't tell from the physical being of a person to say this person is attractive or not. I've literally had a girl tell me I look dumb. Yeah, actually, the girl said I look dumb, and how did this happen? Back in school, so we have, like, I don't want to use the word midterm reports because it's not reports, but it's like certificates you're giving midterm and then after the entire term. So I had about 6 of those. I didn't know. I was new to the system, the educational system out there. And I was called by the dean of my department, like, yo, you haven't been picking up your certificates. I'm like, which certificate? I'm still literally doing my BSc. I'm not done yet. What am I, you know? They're like, no, come to my office. So I went there, picked up this certificate. It was actually a honors certificate, because I had, 7 of them. And I was walking past the girl, and she's like, hi, Abby, where are you coming from? I'm like, she's Tanzanian, actually, with their accent. So then I just want to pick up these things. They're like, what's that? Is that honor certificate? I'm like, yeah. So she took it. She thought it was 1 because it was well kept. So she started counting. 7. Like this guy. I thought you were dumb. So you know, book like this. My guy. You know, she was trying to speak pidgin English in their accent. So I just looked at her like, really? You thought I was dumb? So it's written. Say, yeah, you look dumb. I'm like, okay. Well, now you know I'm not dumb. Sincerely, a comfortable wedding where I don't have to stress to kill myself, break a bank, to do anything. Something that I know everybody comes, the people come in, they're happy, they don't chop, they don't drink, they've had their fill time, and I go home. So if $1 billion wedding is going to make everybody comfortable, if I have the money, I'll do it. If 10,000 naira is going to make everybody comfortable, as far as I'm comfortable, that's all that matters to me. I mean, we don't want to do a wedding tomorrow. God forbid, it will never be our cases. But we don't want to do that, and tomorrow we are wondering how we spent 35-40 million on a wedding, and we are looking for 1 million naira to pay for medicals, or you don't want to be doing a wedding when you can be investing in your child's future. That is, the child hasn't even come yet. Create a trust fund and all that. So as far as I'm comfortable, that's all that matters to me. This is like a trigger because one led to the breakup. Yeah. So a fan went to my page, actually to a picture, and wrote something nice, I should say. And then the girlfriend wasn't finding it funny, so she responded in a DM to the girl. And then the girl screenshotted her DM to her and said something to me like, doesn't she know that you're in the industry? Girls will definitely come after you. And I'm like, okay. So I saw our DM, my girlfriend's DM, or my ex's DM. Yeah, so you know what happened from there. First off, kudos to all the directors out there and producers. The truth is, like I said before, it's a phase. And the phase that I know that I passed through, because I wouldn't be able to speak up for everyone, but the phase I know I passed through, I knew it wasn't so smooth. It wasn't so nice. Because thank God for personality, I should use that word. I believe that when I walk into a room, no matter how little the role is or how big the role is, you can't want to talk down on me because I won't take it. So I've actually watched people being spoken down on a lot of times. Kept waiting for donkey hours to shoot. Maybe for 2 scenes you're waiting for over 8-10 hours, sometimes late in the midnight or early in the morning before you shoot. And your lead characters are being pampered and all that. You're given just maybe water and small rice or something, so it's difficult for upcoming actors, for real. It is. And so when people say, maybe just acting in the act, which kind of moonwalk be that? Like, quit your 9 to 5, just come. Just that 9 to 5 giving you a monthly salary, leave it and come. If you have the guts, just come and see. Start from the bottom. Nobody pushing you. Forget that you have 10 million saved up to shoot your own thing. Just go start from audition phases. Then you'll know. It's tough on them. But I believe that it's going to pass. We're going to pass that stage where beginners are being spoken down on. Because the industry is getting bigger every day. Sometimes it's not the fault of the producer or the director or the EPs, it's budget. Because I want to believe that if you're comfortable enough, you should be able to make even your least actor comfortable as well. So I want to believe that. So I believe that with the budget growing and the industry growing, we might get out of that stage. But to answer that question, I would say it's really difficult on upcoming actors. And I want to believe artists generally in Nigeria, if you're upcoming, I have a couple of friends in the music industry as well. It's not rosy. But no road is rosy to rise, isn't it? There's no rosy road when you're rising. A lot. We are growing when we're growing fast, and I'm happy. Our picture quality is looking amazing already. Sound is looking very good. Some stories, I didn't say all stories, some stories are looking beautiful as well. But I think that, I sincerely don't like to compare Nollywood with Hollywood, but I believe after Nollywood is Hollywood, then even Bollywood. Sorry, after Hollywood is Nollywood, then Bollywood, or is the other way around? It's Holly, Bolly, then Nolly, right? Now, comparing these high filmers, let me use that word, as these guys who are making these films, more developed countries, I would say because they're already developed, they've gone through that phase. You know, they've grown to the stage whereby they have the technicalities they need, they have the resources and all that. I still feel like we are still lagging behind on technology. I mean, in this room, we can create a Titanic. But I don't think we're there yet. I can see some studios coming up with CGIs and all that, you know, but we still need some time, we're not there yet. Then budgeting as well. If we can actually leave greed out or have people budget, bring big budget to production, invest properly into productions, and the people handling the funds will actually put the true amount that was given to film, I feel like they can do way better. You know, because then you're able to buy the technology you need, the space you need, the training the actors will need, you know, employ proper technical hands that can do what you want them to do. You know, so I think financing and technology and being true to the craft. Because some people are in it for just making money, not a passion. Oh, I have this person, I know this person, they can give me $1 million to shoot and I can shoot with $100,000. $900,000 is mine. Imagine putting, let me just think like a Nigerian right now. Imagine putting even $600,000 in that one production. Say you agree that you want to chop. You chop 400K. I think that's fine for you. It's even too much for you to eat. You put 600K in that production. It looks better than putting 100K in a production where you got $1 million to shoot. At least with 600K, you know that you can house your actors. You know, you can do some kind of training for them, constant super rehearsals for weeks before you go on set, not sending out a script 2-3 days before a shoot and hoping that an actor comes and give you his best. You know, so I think, yeah, basically that's it. We need to grow in those phases, those aspects. We're human beings, sometimes we get lost. Yes, it's true. We get lost sometimes. I mean, on 2 occasions I know I've been lost, like, oh, nice. I've had silly thoughts in my head, but it's my profession. Professional. So you have to be a professional because it's your profession. You cannot let your emotions come the way, you know. But hey, come on, if you being sexually attracted to the person leads to you finding your wife or your husband, life happens, right? It's life. But for myself, we try to stay professional as much as possible. I'm always in character.
You're not now.
This is my interview character. Okay, well, first off, you definitely need, it depends on the kind of person that you are and the kind of character you get. If you get the character of being a crazy person, you have to, for myself, sometimes I just play around the neighborhood, look at people, their behaviors, you know, sometimes going as far as a Joe Legba. Just chill out at the bridge for a bit without anybody knowing your big cap, big shade. Just observe everybody going crazy, conductors, drivers, even the mad people on the streets, you know. You get a role of being a lover boy. For me, I just stay calm somewhere and just think of good things. Good loving things, you know. But sincerely, naturally, it just comes. When you know the character you want to play, you definitely, if you're a true talent, okay, I call it my boxes. So I know which box to open, which box to lock up, you know, which box to put ablaze, you know, when to jump, when not to jump, when to cry, the emotional box, the cool dude box, the hyper box. I'm a general hyper person. Generally, I'm hyper. You know, so imagine being a hyper person and then you're given a role of a banker where you have to be very chilled, you know, a family guy, you know, young man who's calm. You have to definitely shut down the hyper box to open the calm box. So for me, there's several compartments. But I'm not saying I'm that good, I'm just saying it is what is in me, you know. So yeah, I open those boxes. Just guess. At least I want to believe you have seen me on screen and in real life, my behavior on screen and my behavior in real life. What do you think? Who do you think I would want to jump on? For comic characters, not Kevin Hart. I would say Eddie Griffin or Eddie Murphy for black comic characters. Yeah. For comedy characters, I would say Jim Carrey, most definitely. Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell. Yeah. But my best Hollywood actor, I actually don't have a best, but my all-time always would want to see on screen is Johnny Depp. I love Johnny. I'm straight though, but I love Johnny. I've not been in that circle to say I have a friend that I can say is gay. I mean, I might have and I don't know, you know, but knowing that this person is gay, I don't have a friend that is gay. But I have people that say, hey, hi, what's up to you? You know, I don't have a problem with them. Sincerely seeing people smile, putting a smile or making somebody laugh, helping somebody, showing love to somebody. This is my everyday life. The greatest thing I've done for love, I traveled inter-country. Inter-country things. From Nigeria to the Europe. Yeah, and then from a country in Europe to another country in Europe. So yeah. My God.
Nigeria's gone.
Now you just put me on the spot. Because I'm not really a music person. But I have a big headphones, I know, right? I just play whatever sounds good. You know, if it sounds good, I'm good. I think whiskey sounds good a lot of times. I think Davido sounds good a lot of times. Burna Boy definitely burns a lot of times. You know, so I cannot particularly pinpoint, so should I say I cannot categorically tell you that. You must be able to switch up, switch off anytime. You see that word action? You must be able to go once it is been called. Once it has been called, you must go. However, with whatever character you're being called to play, you must be able to switch. So versatility, no matter what. That's one. Being friendly. You must know how to be friendly. Okay, so what is the first impression, or should I say first wrong impression, right? Basically, when people first see me, so yeah, they call me all sorts. Womanizer, player, bad breaker, bad boy. But people who actually really do know me call me a teddy bear. It's big, it's nice, it's cuddly, it's interesting. Yeah. Mouth odor or body odor? Man, I don't want anyone. I don't like smelling things. Please. Keep his hygiene now. That's why it's called hygiene. It's not hard now. Yes, okay, I agree. Some people, it's a defect. Sometimes it's a bad defect, you know. But you shouldn't take care of it. You know, you can still take care of it. There is this, halitosis, which is natural mouth odor. You can definitely combat that by always having something fresh to keep your mouth fresh. Maybe one of all these mint sweets, mint gum, you know, brushing your mouth properly, maybe 3 times a day. When you know you have that condition, it's like someone knowing that they have a deficiency, maybe a vitamin A deficiency. What do you do to cure that or to keep up your vitamin level? You take vitamins, you take vitamin A. You have kwashiorkor, you should. If it's a medical condition, you know what to do if you don't know what to do, you go ahead and look for what to do. How can I maintain this since it can't be cured? You know, but general hygiene too can help. If it means that you have to triple your general hygiene, please go ahead and do it, because I mean, we'd like to smell the way you'll be addressed. You don't want people saying before they answer. When you say hello, good morning, say morning, sir. You don't want to hear that now. So yeah, I don't like smelly things. Agent T. I sincerely enjoyed the set of Kafaya on the cover. It was directed by Big Sam. Awesome movie. You guys should watch it before it's coming. It was fun, you know, having been on set with a very talented director of the talents, that is the actors, from Mercy Johnson to Bimbo Akintola. We had Alibaba on set as well, Ike Ogbonna. It was amazing. It was a fun shoot. It was a fun shoot, and my character, I'm a bad guy. They knew me in the industry, people would see, you know, a new character. So yeah, Kafaya is coming. So at the moment, this is now not an interview anymore. This is now an audition, and I do that to get paid. It is my culture, it is my way of life, and I've been doing that since I've been in this interview. I've been role playing. I've been coming in and out of character. Give you small area boy, give you small interview character. So I think that's all you are going to get from me. I'm not going to begin to profess love to anybody. That's why at the end of the day, break my heart, or I'll not break their heart, then they'll not call me a bad guy. However, you know that I really, really love you. You know I really, really love you, and I sincerely can't do anything without you. I'd rather walk through hellfire than not having you. You love me, really? Wow. I already told you that I don't do love. Loving me is like going through hell. I've gotten what I want from you. If you like what you got, then you stick around and stop saying this whole love thing. Because I'm not cut out for love things. Hi there guys, my name is Ebisan Arai, and I'm an actor, and I'm live on Broadway, and I'm saying keep watching Broadway TV. Nice stuff's coming up. Nice stuff's already going on. Continue to hang in there so you can get more nice stuffs. Thank you very much, and have a beautiful day.